Remnants of giants discovered in the Grand Canyon, Part 2. Also discovered were urns and copper cups that originated from all over the planet. This has led experts to believe that multiple cultures may have been staying in this underground city. If this is the case, it's like nothing they have ever seen before. Another passageway would lead to a bunch of granaries, similar to that of Oriental temples. The granaries are rounded and seem to be constructed with an extra hard cement. On all the urns and surrounding all the doorways is the mysterious hieroglyphs. The origins at the time, they were not exactly sure where they came, but similar ones have been found in southern Arizona. The tomb the mummies were found in was one of the largest. It was so large that it actually had tiers, each level containing a number of mummies. The tombs were round and they had a little shelf out in front of them. These contained copper weapons and tools. The urns and weapons on the lower tiers of mummies were crude. As they got higher, they got more advanced, meaning that possibly this was around for generations. Upon excavation, they would realize that all the mummies in this chamber were male. They would come to the conclusion that these were the warriors of the tribe. But what struck the explorers as odd, among the discoveries, they would find no animal bones, skins, bedding, or clothing. Many of the rooms were bare, except for water vessels. That being said, one of the largest rooms they would discover was 40 by 700 feet. It is assumed that this was the main dining hall, where they would all gather to eat. Kincaid would go on to say that he believed these caverns could easily have housed up to 50,000 people. In his testimony, Kincaid would say there was one more place of interest. There was one chamber of which the passageway was not ventilated. And when they approached this said chamber, it was super dark and smelled of death. He would go on to say that their lights could not even pierce the gloom. And until better lighting was available, there was no way they could actually enter and discover what was in there. Some would rumor that it was just a room full of snakes, while others scoffed at this idea and believed that it was much more elaborate than that. What many don't know that G.E. Kincaid and S.A. Jordan, who was the Smithsonian director at the time, were actually following up the claims of an archaeologist that explored the region back in 1869. His name, John Wesley Powell. It's believed that it's possible that Powell discovered all of these said caverns before them. But this cannot be proven because it's said that during his expedition, they saw a series of disasters, so all of his work was lost. Final part next.